Hi, this is Peter. Welcome to Beyond the Cane Pole. This is going to be a start of a special Hurricane Matthew report that I'm going to do. Probably be all together one video at the end, but I'm going to record day by day conditions, etc. I'm starting today on Wednesday, which is well before the hurricane is actually supposed to even get close to us. We don't know if the track is going to have it hitting us or not. I'm going to reserve my personal opinions to myself. I just wanted to record some of the conditions that we are experiencing today. I will try and get conditions every day, and then if we do have an actual strike, I will try and get more footage as it goes. This may be one video, maybe two videos. A lot depends on how much footage I get. A lot depends on on conditions and how long my batteries and all last. Oh, as you can hear, traffic is a little bit higher. My main road out there that you can hear is one of the roads that heads west away from the storm. It is also currently one of the few roads that head back east, as they have shut down the interstate and are opening it up for all lanes going into Columbia. But you have to make it from here or where you get on the interstate all the way to Columbia, because there's no getting off. By the way, I also feel the need to add, as long as I can get out to the bench, I will come out here to the bench to do the recording. Otherwise, it'll be from the back porch or even inside the house. Okay, thank you for watching. Keep tuned for the rest of this. Okay, folks, it's Thursday. A little later than I recorded on Wednesday, but here this gives you the conditions. It's a little windy, a little overcast. Actually expecting a few drops of rain this afternoon, but none of that has to do with this hurricane coming along. That's just normal weather. There was normal weather front. It's not hurricane related. Still a couple days off for that. Just thought I'd give you an update. Much like yesterday, got a little wind, got a little overcast. Not quite as cool as yesterday, but it's still nice. Alright, there's pretty much, like I said, nothing to show. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get out and record tomorrow about this time, and then if things do get more interesting and more rain and more whatever, I will continue to get out and get updates as we go. Like I said, I'm sitting right out here on the bench where you see me do videos at. Don't know, if weather will permit me to get out here. Once it gets too bad, I'm definitely, if it gets too bad, I'm definitely not going to come out here and video. At a certain point, I won't even open my door. But we're gonna keep video and keep updating. I think I'm gonna do all this into one video at the very end. All right, folks, this is another update on Hurricane Matthew. It's Friday, about 11 o'clock. This morning we wake up, dog's got to go out and all. Wife was pittering around and hears the aquarium go off about 5:30 this morning. Our power went out. Our power was out for at least an hour and a half, or well, 2 hours at that point, when we decided we'd just go ahead and go get breakfast. We were awake anyway. So we ride into town, 9 miles into Holly Hill, where there's Hardee's and stuff. I mean, it's a real small town. We get our breakfast. I actually bump into one of the town officials. I don't know what his job is. He was driving an official town truck. Way he sounded, he was higher up, because he was talking about his police officers didn't know what was going on whenever some county guys rolled through. I saw him roll through as we were heading in. He also said that they were going to be evacuating people out of mobile homes up there. Now, this is another 9 miles past where I am, which is over 60 miles from the coast. This thing, last I knew, was still not supposed to direct hit us. Its eye is supposed to stay offshore, sparing us quite a bit of the worst of this storm. They've been talking about a turn to the east. I don't know what's what that is right now because, well, I didn't have power this morning to check it. Any rate, we get home, we got power. Okay, well and good, we got power. So I'm able to check mail, email. Well, I didn't check email, but I was able to check Facebook, check weather reports and stuff. Pretty much still on the same track as last night, which may put it a little bit more off our, offshore, off our coast. But it's down around Florida. I don't even think it's past Jacksonville yet. I'm getting some rain, which may be from this storm. There was also a front. Y'all have been seeing the front in here 2 days. We have no wind at all. Oh, and then did I mention that about an hour and a half after we got power back, it went back out? About 9:30ish, I'd say. Power went back out. Here it is, 11. A few minutes ago, power flickered. It came on, went off, came on, went off, came on, went off, and did that 4 times. Each time a little bit shorter with the on status, and now it's off again. I've lost power. There's no hurricane. I've lost power twice this morning. There's no hurricane. Yeah. Beginning to get a little ticked off. Nice weather, a little bit of dripping on the pond, a little bit of dripping on me, but nothing to be concerned with, right? Nothing I haven't, fished in. In fact, I'm thinking about doing that now. I just don't want to get too messed up in case, we can still stay without power. It's kind of hard to shower when you have a well that requires power and, you don't have water because there is no power. Well, I'm going to go back in and we'll see what's going on, and, maybe there'll be a later update. I was planning on coming out here at 3 o'clock, but when the power came back and was back for about half a minute, and then it did its little flicker thing, I decided I would come out here and do a video. Hi, welcome back. It's close enough to 3 o'clock to call it, time for an update. It is still Friday. They did get our power back a little after 12:30. What happened was it went off early this morning at 5:30. Came back on, let's call it 8:30, was off again by 9:30. 10 o'clock, somewhere near. And then they turned it back on, repaired it again, whatever it is they did, and it popped right back off after popping 3 times. Then they finally sent somebody around in an SUV, tracing the lines, looking at the lines, seeing what might be wrong. I would say maybe an hour after that, they finally got the power back on. The guy that was coming around looking at the lines had no clue the power had been off early this morning. He's like, really? That's something they should have told us, because the same area being off and on and then off means that it's not just a transformer blowing. That means something's going on, shorten the line out. Could be a tree in the wind or whatever, who knows. But I've got power back, so we're good there for a little while. This Hurricane Mathew is now slated to really kind of come in between Beaufort and Charleston. Last I looked, which was just recently. So it looks like we might get some problems. It still looks like it's going to skirt the coast. It just looks like it's going to, brush a little bit further inland than offshore. We are starting to finally get a little bit of wind, and I can look up at the clouds and see they're running pretty fast. And we're also getting sprinkles of rain here and there. In fact, it's sprinkling right now. That didn't stop me from coming out to fish. Didn't mean that I caught anything either. But it didn't stop me from doing it. Yeah, that's pretty much about it. That's the update. They have reversed the lane reversals on the interstate. And some of the law enforcement DNR officers posted on their site that they are now hunkering down, which it's still hours away from really seeing a whole lot of anything. there is some actual heavy surf at the beach. High tide was just a little bit ago, so they are getting that. They might be getting a little bit of a storm surge along the coast, but like I say, we're inland from the coast. I don't think we're going to have any problem. I think we're going to be okay. It may get a little bit windier than I first expected. I don't know. One more thing. The storm is supposed to come in the morning, and by in the morning we're talking like 3 a.m. and kind of be breezing through here in the dark hours. Usually that's always the case with us. Seems like it's just that's the way it's been. Hurricane Hugo came in overnight, and any other hurricane I remember that actually came in were not daytime hurricanes. I will try and get out and report some. You know, it's kind of useless to video if there's no light to video, but we'll see how it goes. You may get an afternoon update a little bit later on from me on this. Like I said, as the event moves on, I'm going to start updating a little bit more. Hi, here's another Hurricane Mathew update. Like I said, I don't know if these videos are going to be all together, be series. Probably all will be posted after the storm. Just thought I'd come out here. It's about 5 o'clock. You can see the sky is a little bit, maybe a little bit darker. I don't know if you can see the trees swaying in the wind. We're starting to get wind gusts. Yeah, I'm not going to say really, really good, but you can definitely see it in the trees and hear the wind coming. It is still what I would call sprinkling rain. We're sitting underneath my tree with the bench still. If you look out over the pond, you can see the rain hitting the pond. Turn that a little bit more. Of course, we're getting a few bigger drips as it comes through and drips off the tree limbs, but we're not getting as as much with rain underneath the tree. That's part for a future video. We'll be doing a little bit about shelters and microclimates, stuff like that later on. Alright, I just wanted to come out here and update y'all with, you know, how a storm progresses, especially for those of you who are not where these storms occur. Well, you can get a feel for it. Still don't know exactly where it's going to hit. I haven't checked the update. I think the next actual real update might be 6 o'clock. Not 100% sure. So I will be checking in then, and I'll know more of that later. I will try and get out here if it starts getting any worse. Even after dark, I will try and get out here. I know what you can't see. I'm going to point up at the sky here for a minute. Sorry about the bad camera, but I'm hand holding. As you probably can't see the clouds moving by like I can, because they're just slightly lighter and darker. But they're zipping by at a pretty good rate up there. Alright, thank you for watching. Keep up for the next update. I'm not going to do a whole lot of video unless it gets really interesting.